Hello, my fellow Dystonia warriors and everyone else. I just want to apologize. I know I have not, my glasses are reflecting something awful. I'm going to just take them off. I can't really see fine detail without them, but anyhow, I want to apologize for not having uploaded any videos for almost 2 weeks, I believe. Even if it was less than 2 weeks, it's still too long, because I've been uploading at least twice a week, I think. So last week was pretty bad. The muscles, especially on this side, and then at the back of my neck, regardless of what the muscles specifically are that were tightening, it was tightening, so my head was kind of like, felt like it was being pulled like this. But it was just because the Botox had not kicked in yet, and so, you know, that's the effect. It's going to be tighter and tighter and tighter. Or feel, you know, like your head is being yanked back like that. So, I was in pain. I had to, I think I said the 1 week, one day on a Tuesday that I had to cancel work. Not this week, but the past week. This week, I was able to go in for my shift, and it was just fine. The day was perfect. I've noticed since then that my muscles, they've seemed to become a little bit tighter again, but I think that's because I had just done so much on that one day that I worked, so they're just kind of stiff from that. I haven't been doing exercises like I should, and I'll just show some of them. Okay, so yeah. So I mean, I'm tight right now, but okay, so exhale this, holding for like 5 seconds, and then going this way, holding for 5 seconds. And then one set is that movement, that's what's called a set. And again, one more set with that. 5 seconds, or, you know, like 3, 4, 5, whatever. And then you don't want to go beyond what's comfortable. If something feels really tight, then you just stop. If it starts hurting, you stop. So, going to the right, and then going to the left. That's just like called one set. And then you do, I do between 10 and 20 each time. It depends on how I'm feeling, and usually, if I try to do 20, that's kind of pushing it, so I try to do not that much. And then another one, it's taking the chin and just taking the entire head and just kind of moving it down with the chin. So just like closing the mouth, and just holding the whole head steady, and just, you know, holding the mandible, or the lower jaw, whatever. Just, just flush with the upper teeth. And it's just moving the whole head down. I was trying to, I remember early in therapy I was doing like moving my whole head and bending the neck. And they're like, no, no, not like that. You know, that might not be, that might hurt you more than it would help. So exercises just dropping the chin, just bringing it down toward the chest, but not bending the neck, just like bending and moving the head and keeping the neck straight, just rigid, not like tensing the muscles, keep it rigid, just rigid enough so that it's, you know, stays straight and not moving the neck. And again, so that'd be like 1, down, hold for 3, 4, 5 seconds, up, nice and slow, and you don't need to think you need to bend all the way down to the your chest. It's just up to have the control movement, and then it's just it's another focused exercise. And then, yeah, you said 10 to 20 of those. Then, let's see. You can use your hand and then hold it on one side of your head, and then you just want to take your head by itself and not really doing anything else, and then you put pressure on it and just hold it steady. Again, 3 to 5 seconds. Relax. And I personally, myself, would recommend doing no more than 10 of these total, especially if you're going to do it like twice a day, as is recommended for me. But I usually just get one set in of this exercise, or just of this exercise particularly, just it would be 10, you know, in the morning, and then 10 at night if I would do it twice. But for one day, even if you're just doing it one time a day, I would suggest just no more than 10, maybe 15. But I mean, if you want to do 20, you could, but I found that would just kind of make me stiff, and just my body and muscles, they kind of rebel because I'm doing too much. So it's just taking the whole head and pressing it against the hand, and the hand's being stationary. And you can do that for this side as well, 10 to 15. I recommend no more than 10. Holding it 3 to 5 seconds. I can hear the muscles in my neck right now. And again, you're just kind of trying to move the entire head against there. Okay, then you can do forward. Three to 5 seconds, and total positions of 10. And then also, like, behind you, you can lay down. It's much easier to lay down and do this, but otherwise hold a hand in back, or you can like use both hands to have better, you know, have better control and anchor better. And then pushing back 3 to 5 seconds. Again, 10 to 15 times, 20 if you want to, but personally I have found 20, again, to be a little excessive. and my body rebels against me. Okay, and then kind of going like this, or it's been into the shoulder, ear to shoulder, you know, as much as you can, and then slowly bringing it around and like this, 3 to 5 seconds, and then do a total of 10 to 15, you know, sets of that. So a set is pulling it over to the left or starting on the right, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going like this, holding it 3 to 5 seconds. That was one set, and then this one more time. We'll just demonstrate. And a lot of these exercises, they're much easier to do laying down, but that's not a good angle for me to have my phone up, because I don't have the right kind of setup to have it flush above me to show you those laying down. So I might just do them sitting up. And then, let's see, it was to kind of go and look up. Hold 3 to 5 seconds. And this is just to help get the muscles warmed up for the day. And I have pretty good control on my now with muscles and pretty good range of motion. I just feel a little bit, you know, muscles are tight in the back of my neck, really, because I think I did too much a couple days ago when I worked on Tuesday. I work tomorrow, 4 hours, but it shouldn't be a problem. It's not going to be a problem, but I was having great difficulty, in pretty significant pain last week, just because of being so uncomfortable and the muscle like continually pulling. Okay. Okay, and then just other ones are just kind of taking the shoulders and pushing them back. So like that. It's like pushing the shoulder blades together. And again, 10 to 15 or up to 20 of that. I know I'm a little bit not centered, but sitting, it's also kind of weird. It's even when I have the most movement available, it's weird because I can sit and it's different all the time. Sometimes I have to sit on the floor and that's more comfortable. Sometimes I can sit in a really overstuffed, oversized chair and I'm okay. There are times I'm hurting, you know, from being in oversized chair. And I have to sit in a chair with armrests. And sometimes that's comfortable, sometimes it's not. There are times, you know, I want to pull my knees up or sit on my feet, sit on my legs. Well, it doesn't always work. Some days it's good, and then, you know, 5 hours later in the day, it's unbearable to be in that position. So I'm always moving around, fidgeting. And if you were wondering if that's why, because I'm never comfortable the same way for too long, it seems, fortunately. Okay, so then it's, yeah, holding for 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, release, know. And then you can start incorporating TheraBands into this. They're the elastic stretchy bands that, let's see if I have one right out. Okay, no I don't. But basically they're stretchy bands that you know, the therapy office can give you, or you can, I'm sure, buy online. But you would, you know, hold them, have it anchored to a point, like a looped around a bed or doorknob with the door shut or something, and to just add more resistance. Like this, you know. And then shoulder rolls, like 10 to 15 or 20 forward. It just helps loosen and, again, you know, get the muscles going for the day. Forward and backward. And again, just as much movement as is comfortable. Don't force anything that's uncomfortable. And then nice and slow. And then again, 10, 15, or 20 of all these. I know on some days I try to do even 10 of these, the shoulder rolls especially, forward and backward, and I'm just totally drained of any energy, because that's, you know, that's just how it is for me. That's all the ones that I come up with off the top of my head. Those are what I do the most. And then there are other things, but it's mostly like stretches. But those are the focused exercises that I do. Maybe not all of them. I especially do turn into the head like that, and the tuck. I do those two every single day, at least once, if not twice. I always do those in the morning before I start my day. So laying down again, because it's so much easier. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, really that's all. Just last week I was in pain and I had muscle tightness because I think the Botox wasn't kicking in yet. And now that it's been officially a little over 2 weeks, I can feel it's definitely starting to kick in, but it's not, I don't think, fully kicked in. I can't really tell even by this point because it's only my 4th round of Botox, 4th time. So I'm still trying to get a feel for it, and every time is different. I mean, I got a greater amount than I had gotten the 3rd time. I think closer to the 2nd time is the amount that I got for this 4th round. But I may have even gotten a little bit more than that, but I'm not sure. But it was definitely more than the 3rd time because, you know, I told my doctor I can't be stuck with it getting more and more pulled back because it just exhausts me and it causes total fatigue, and I'm drained of any ambition I have to be able to go to work. And it pretty much incapacitates me to be able to take care of another person, because it's difficult, much more difficult, to take care of myself. You know, and if I'm not taking care of myself, even, you know, with the basics, then I'm in no position to be taking care of somebody else. And it's not safe for me or the person I'm helping, because I'm not at my best, or at the minimum best that I feel is safe, you know, to work with somebody else and to be useful to them. Because if I, again, not useful to myself, as in being able to provide for myself, just, you know, the basics of life, basics of this, you know, sleeping, eating, and just basic functions, you know. If I can't carry those out easily, I have difficulty, and I'm just drained of energy for those, then I'm no good. I'm not going to be any good to anybody else as far as, you know, helping them. So anyway, yeah, I think that's it now. Any questions or anything, please feel free to ask me. I'm wondering if I should have a live stream Q&A or something, but I don't know. I don't know if there is enough interest. I mean, I'm just trying to spread awareness of dystonia in general, and specifically cervical dystonia, since that's my diagnosis. If there's anything else specific which somebody would like to hear about with my experiences of, or anything else that I would like to see me demonstrate, I mean, maybe of more of how I position to drive, or different, you know, ways that I have to, you know, sit and adjust myself all the time for, just please let me know. Yeah, I'm going to stop this there, because nothing more constructive is to be said right now. So I hope everyone has a good day. Stay safe, and I hope stay well, stay healthy. Be careful, there's a lot of crazy people out there while driving, and just kind of in general, who would take advantage of, you know, people's kindness, of your kindness. And if you don't think you're fabulous, you are. I know, because I think you're fabulous, so that makes you fabulous. Thank you for listening to this very long rant. I hope it was helpful. If there's any comments about formatting, or how I should present myself better, or any ideas, any thoughts, whatever, please just leave a comment, leave your thoughts, let me know. But you are fabulous, don't forget it, and I will see you next time, and it will be shorter, I promise, because I think this is painfully long, almost. But thank you for sticking with me. I will talk to you later, and have a good day. Bye!